So it is that time of the year again where we feel a bit weird about just not having uploaded an entire year. So here is a thing, trademark. For Christmas, or Cisn'tmasS, if you will, we had organized an event of sorts with a couple mini games. It was the second one of its kind. The first one is way over there. It's not too interesting for our purposes here. And last year we kind of uploaded a joke video because we just wanted to get something out quick. We don't think we want to just keep doing that, so here's something of actual value. What we did is just mess around with command blocks a bit for 3 different kinds of games that those who we invited participated in. And those games give you points for completing different tasks. So we have we have this thing where if you step on the pressure plates, you die and get sent, and you basically have to complete a parkour course, get to the end, get a point, sent back. Depending on how difficult it is, you get more or less points. So yeah, this one gets 1 point. This more difficult one gets 3 points. We have a bunch of points for this course, and this one, it basically depends on which path you take, and then you can opt to either go for the point or you go up for the next level and complete that challenge. Over here we have a shooting range where you get a certain amount of bows, and you have a bunch of challenges that you complete. And then in return you get points. Like there's this one where you have to lower that armor stat that lights up. There's this one where there's a target all the way over there, which we tried to actually no, we'll get to that part. Yeah, there's this one that moves a target block out of the way if you moves the glass out of the way of the target block, so you can stand on this pressure plate and shoot that for a small amount of points. And there's this thing with the bubble column where you kind of just have to angle and charge it upright so that yeah, there we go. So that it just curves around and gets there. And over here you get a sword with knockback on it, and you battle out with other folks and just basically you get them in the goal, they die, you get the point, everyone is happy. There's this anti-corner hiding mechanism that you can utilize. There's these seats to watch it from. There's a lot that can be gone into here, but the main thing that we wanted to do is to just talk specifically about designing those mini games and the lessons that we learned from designing them in practice and actually seeing them play out. And the one and basically only and the most important thing to take away here is do playtesting. Do so much playtesting that you get bored. Get a bunch of folks to play this with you, because there. Granted, we were like under a bit of a rush to get it all done in time, but oh stars, there was so much wrong. There's so much stuff that gone wrong in practice that's like super obvious in hindsight, but we just did not notice. So, for instance, this this parkour section, right? What the? Did we just have that? We probably just had that and didn't notice. Anyway, this parkour section. So we had. Oops. Let us just try actually getting there. So for the difficult section, what we had in mind is for this to be for those who are like inclined to like actually know the mechanics of Minecraft movement. The idea is that if you step on these pressure plates, you die. But there is this small ledge there that you don't actually have to stand on. So what you can do is just line yourself up with it everything. So how it works is that not sure if you can actually easily show it, but basically this is a good alignment, and basically to do this, what you need to be is 1, 2, 3, 4 pixels away from the block, more than 4 pixels away from the edge of the block, but also less than 5. So you have this 1 pixel where you can be there, and if you are aligned properly, you can just sprint and jump, and it works out. And similarly, you go there, you do the alignment there, go over there, and go up there, and basically jump into that one gap. Slight issue with this. We forgot to wire these up. And another slight issue with these. This is not a possible jump because there's a roof there. You can not you can't actually get there. Like the intent was to crouch at the very edge, and then you sprint jump, and okay, well, you're also not supposed to have wings for this, but yeah, that's both of these things are less than optimal in themselves. Luckily, these fields they don't actually like instantly kill you. What they do is that just damage you somewhat, and you get basically 1 second to adjust yourself properly. And folks discovered this. The way you were intended to discover that is that you would jump here, probably miss, and see that you don't die immediately, and it's marked over here. But yeah, this is such an obvious oversight, because of course while we were designing this, we would not like have figured out all the commands yet, and we wouldn't have bothered anyway, because we don't wanna keep rearranging all the like critical things. And so we ended up just forgetting. This is gonna be a theme, by the way. Luckily, folks did figure out, and they did figure out that you can just go this way. So if you go over here and here, I mean, you can also do it from over there, and probably from over here if you wanted to, but yeah, you can just go here, and you can skip this. This is an intended skip. On this level, there is the theme of like down here you had these slightly differently colored looking blocks that are supposed to give off that something is up here. And over here, the actual goal is here. Naturally, you might want to try to get over here, but notice that this is a honeycomb, a honey block. You cannot get here, and there's this very obvious path that you can't actually. You can jump here. There's an invisible block there. This is supposed to be your first clue that something is up here. So if we line ourselves up on this block here and see that block there, there's also an invisible block where it intersects. And also, if you look at this one bit here and try to jump into it, there's actually a place. So you're supposed to somehow figure out how to get up here. This is a complete scam. There's also invisible blocks up there. So, and you also can activate this piston from the other side, but that's not really important. So basically, you go up here. There's an invisible block over here, so you can. This is a very easy jump, and now you're up here. From over here, you can just jump and reach this ledge. From this ledge, you can go over here, then up. Oops. We're just gonna. You can go over here. Then you might want to try to get onto this fence post, but you can't actually make this jump. This is too high. But you can make it onto this one, and from this one you can make it over here, and this gives you points, sends you back, all the good stuff. Oh yeah, and for this part, there's also an intended skip where you can just jump onto this fence post. There is a there's also a much easier way to get here. You can just jump up here, and from here make this jump. Which is, of course, not the entirely greatest design. This happened because we designed this part first, and then we went over designing this one. And so this piston over here is one of the last things that we actually put in. And yeah, we just blocked this off here and completely forgot that there's just like a perfectly serviceable block that's right over here. However, this didn't end up mattering because, as it turns out, if you have a point, you can kind of just throw it on here, get the points. You sacrifice 1 point and get how many was that? 11 points in return. So this is both easier and faster to do. So yeah, we kind of just assume that the heavy-weighted pressure plate just does not get activated by items, because it's heavy-weighted. You need a heavy weight like that of a player or some other entity. But nope. You can just throw the points that you are getting back onto this. It's fine. It's whatever. I'm not mad. We didn't just spend hours actually designing a parkour course for it on for it to just be completely sidestepped. Yeah. We might as well talk about this side. This isn't anything too special. So first of all, there's this staircase that prevents, and there's like a level there, but you can't normally reach it. What you would have to do and figure out for this is that you enter crawl mode here, get into this space, then, and this is important, you flip up this trapdoor and just go forward. Even if there's like absolutely nothing of importance above you, this will keep you crawled, and then you just go over here, go around, and you can reach the lever from here. But yeah, the main course is nothing too special. There was one shortcut that one pretty good player found, that where you can just jump you can just cross this gap if you time your jump right, which we are miserably failing at right now, but it's not too difficult, but it's also it does require a bit of precision. Hold on. There we go. This is not intentional. What is intentional is that you jump over here, use the slime block to just jump around in a circle. Not in a circle, but like in an arc. From here, you can just jump over to this block. If you're not bad like us, we're just gonna cheat a little for demonstration purposes. There you jump over here, you jump over here, and this is an easy jump. And there are some blocks here that would prevent you from just jumping forward. So what you are supposed to do is do a little jump and then sprint from here. And if you don't crash into the wall, you certainly can reach that place. We haven't touched this world in a couple days, so we're out of practice. Not that we're particularly good at parkour anyway. There we go. You get here, and you can climb. Wait, where do we get from here? Oh yeah, no, you just go up here. Now you can use the black that was blocking you before, and from here that's just a series of simple jumps where you might get to this block, and then over this, and there we go. And yeah, actually, funnily enough, despite us spending some of the least amount of time on this, besides this one jump that was particularly precise, which is not even something that we think is bad. Like these are the kind of things that parkour thrives on. But yeah, besides this one jump, actually maybe it's not that hard. Who knows? But it wasn't the intended path at any rate. And this is the path that's supposed to be for the less mechanically skilled players. Yes, this part was okay. This had so many issues, just through and through, which is funny because it was also like the most developed out of all the things. This is what we spent most of our time on. But yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes. Oh yeah, there's also this thing where you have 20 points up there. The way you're supposed to get there, so this is like just a one-time thing, and the way you were supposed to go up there is to recognize that there's a neo jump that's possible over here. It's like a little bit obscure, but you can, if you can do something like that, you certainly will recognize it, and will probably just fail at trying to replicate it. But we have done it before, and so if you get onto this side, then I mean you can also drop down here if you're really inclined. But but there's also like an invisible path that you can get here, and there would be points inside here. And this is all fine and great. Like you can't actually reach it from down here. It's one block too far away. Except, you know, you can just jump from here and get the points. Again, this was one just like very late addition that we didn't really think twice about. We just thought that like when it was just flush like this, then you know there was, it looked a little bit weird, so we added a little bit of support, and it just completely sidelined it. So yeah, again, late additions just messing with the carefully thought out things that have been put in there before. This shooting range was an absolute disaster. So first of all, this one thing, this one, it gave 11 points or items, those items being sunflowers. It gave 11 of them on each successful hit, which, you know, we our thinking for this was because this target is like incredibly simple to hit. You literally just line it up for a second and you're good to go. It should also be like the lowest points by far, and you can't really go below have between 0 and 1 items. So we just thought we would jack up everything else. This one got 11 points. The problem with that, like, this isn't even how it started, but you can kind of just do this, and yeah, that just completely broke any semblance of balance. I mean, it wasn't really balanced anyway, but this just completely broke it apart. There's actually not much more to say to this, because like we were so proud, we were so incredibly proud of this this whole item system, where you would get a bow with exactly 3 durability and 3 arrows. I mean, you could like put the arrows here. Oops. Hold on. You could like put the arrows here and then get new ones and pick up more arrows. Actually, this is probably best demonstrated like this. So you could get more arrows, but it doesn't matter because your bow breaks after 3 shots anyway. And there's also this system that clears only the items that are relevant here. There's also a system that doesn't let you shoot through, like it just breaks the arrows. Though funny fact, actually, if you have a command block that breaks, that kills arrows on every tick, an arrow actually can be fast enough to activate a pressure plate before like before it gets deleted, which is pretty funny. This didn't actually end up breaking it in any meaningful way. Again, the use limit came in clutch here. We also were like you can smuggle items through, you can shoot through. Like even if you died, it immediately gets cleared because there's additional blocks here. You couldn't disturb folks through here, and it basically didn't end up mattering because we had like multiple players who had full inventories of just sunflowers. It became an entire thing that we're just kind of bullied with, and that's actually a very interesting part, because there have been what are technically speaking like just very mechanically poor decisions that we made, and in a funny way those made the experience just a lot better for the users, because you know who doesn't love it to just exploit the game right in front of its creator and just stick it to them, or in this case to just drown them in flowers because you have entire inventories full of it. Oh yeah, there was also like another glaring flaw in how we implemented this, because the logic behind this is actually very simple. Like you have the target block, it gives out a redstone signal, and that redstone signal activates a command block that gives you flowers. Like this isn't how it was balanced before. We just adjusted it on the fly, but it was too late by then. Yeah. Oh yeah, as I was saying. So basically, what this meant is that like Fox could just be closer to the command block and actually steal it away. Which again, in any like sort of professional minigame setting, that would be an absolutely horrible decision. And there are ways to do it much better, which we didn't know about. This is like the most advanced thing that we've ever done with command blocks. So yeah. But yeah, all those flaws ended up making the experience all the better. Funnily enough, this I mean, there's one big thing, and that being that these have like a lot of invisible blocks outside of them, because okay, this is like the tiniest bit relevant. The event last year had these stations here that would launch you in the air and would let you like we're supposed to give you a start with an elytra, and we had this situation with a lot of folks who would have bad ping that they would just get stuck. So this is why we decided to reinforce this one here, like just in case folks would get stuck in this crevice. This did end up happening, and it was already prepared after an entire event with so much stuff going wrong. This was just wait, why is this empty? After the entire event of this just going so very wrong, it was just so satisfying to see that like they got stuck in here, but couldn't actually do anything, and that was a highlight for us personally. Anyway, Yeah, this game proved to be like our most successful one. It wasn't the most rushed, but it's also like the most simple one of them all, because all that happens is that there are these command blocks that actually what do these do? Oh yeah, okay. There are these command blocks that kill the players that fall down, and they also kill any item that gets down here. So we did think in advance for these ones, and yep, this one didn't end up meaningfully exploited. And yeah, these kill the players, and there's just this one that gives the item to the to the person closest in the middle, which ended up sort of working, not entirely, but this was meant to be mainly a 1v1 thing, and despite it being mechanically the simplest one, it was also like the most popular choice for the most part. I mean, there were some folks who really enjoyed the parkour and just kept going through that. There were some who really enjoyed how broken the archery was, and just annoyed us with that. But overall, this was like this seemed to be just the best hit from every many involved, for every many involved, and yeah. So, long story short, we should probably finish this up before the year finishes up. Otherwise, it's kind of a little bit pointless. But long story short, the three main takeaways that we have here is, like, first of all, just playtest a lot. Like, one very good idea. Not one good, but like one polished thing is just gonna be a lot better than putting in a bunch of stuff. Like here we were too worried that folks would just not get along, not get well with Minecraft parkour, so we did 2 separate tracks, and both of them ended up, well, I mean, the easy one was okayish, but generally they ended up just suffering from glaring flaws that we just didn't consider. So yeah, do a lot of playtesting, and especially try to keep a mind open for how new additions affect the previous stuff. Just generally, a good idea is to try to lean into the mechanics that the game already provides, because you know that they are already pretty polished, and you don't necessarily need to do things from scratch. And also, and this is probably the most important one for us personally, is to just things being undeveloped isn't necessarily a bad thing in itself, and can actually improve the gameplay experience of those who are attending a lot more than the equivalent amount of trying to patch everything up. So, and yeah, I think that's basically all of our thoughts. This is like a very unstructured video, but we do think we will want to revisit it sometime in the future. We will probably need it in about 11 months from now. to be honest. But yeah, we actually haven't really done anything with our channel in a while. We do plan to finally change that. We have some stuff in the works. We have been working this year on our health in various aspects, and finally actually getting back into creating stuff and not just being stun locked out of ever touching anything. So yeah, if for some reason you're watching this and you care about this channel, so there is more stuff coming. There is more stuff coming. Some of it being more personal, some of it being related to video games. One big project that we want to do for 2026 is going to be a proper lore recap of the game In Stars and Time. It's an amazing game. Even if you don't watch our video, go play that. It's really good. We have this little fella as our skin. Yeah. So screw you for watching, and have a nice new year.